Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Road to Abundance. Today we have a special guest, one of my friend Maggie. Welcome to the podcast, and she's an hypnotist. Hypnotist? How do you say
Hypnotist.
it? Hypnotist. So what it is, I wanted to introduce you to something special, something cool. So tell us a little bit about you and how did you become an hypnotist?
So the thing with hypnosis is, and how I got to it, there are a lot of cliches about hypnosis. People think it's mind control, people think it's a scam. The problem is, I think it's the same like in your business. A lot of people do it, but not everybody is good at it. And a lot of people do it, but the question is who does it for the good and who does it just for fame, money, who has like unethical reasons. I was married for almost 6 years. Kids don't marry. It was terrible. And when I got divorced, I fell into a really black hole. I was happy that we split up, but still a divorce after 6 years, you know, you have a life together, a house, so many things that you share. So I felt depressed, and I tried a lot of things. I looked into meditation, I did workout, I was active, I was also lazy, I was doing good things for myself, bad things for myself, and nothing really helped. If I lived super healthy, it didn't help. If I was like having a drink and eating sweets or fast food, it didn't help. Nothing helped. And then I remember that when I used to be a professional dancer, my first career was professional dancing. I had a knee accident, and this accident ended my career. And back then we had hypnotists in the theater schools, and we saw one. And I remember that it helped me so much after this accident. I kind of like found hope again. I was like, oh, maybe I can do something else. I found like motivation again. So after this divorce, I'm sitting there depressed in my one bedroom with like only a couch, my dog, and nothing in there. And I don't feel well, and I'm like, maybe I try hypnosis again. And by accident, as you know how life goes, I met a hypnotist. He hypnotized me. I was fine. He changed my perception of how I look at things, my perspective, my beliefs, because that's what hypnosis does. Hypnosis doesn't change like how you are or will not force you to do something. Hypnosis changes what you believe. So whatever you believe is your reality. If you believe you're handsome, good looking, you could be a great boyfriend, you'll attract that. You'll be like, hey, I'm great. If you don't want to date me, that's your loss, right? If you believe, excuse my language, you're a piece of shit, you're not good enough, nobody loves you anyways, you will also attract that and be a magnet for these vibes, this energy, these waves, right? So hypnosis changed how I looked at life, and eventually I became friends with a hypnotist, and then I was already deep into motivational speaking. I always loved meditation, motivation. And he told me, I think you could be good at this. And I was like, no. Like, you're great at this, but I can't do it. But somehow he got me into it. I started studying, I started practicing, and I turned out to be really, really good. Low-key better than him, but don't tell him. I outgrew my master. I later had different mentors. I studied different techniques. And the funny thing is that I don't know so much. I know a lot about hypnosis, but not that much. Because I don't know so much, I have no limits. You know, people, when you learn something, they put limits on you. So, hey, you can walk and jump, but you cannot fly. You learned that, right? So in hypnosis, I learned a lot, but not everything. So certain things where hypnosis says, oh, that doesn't work, I didn't know you say that doesn't work. So somebody would ask me, can you help me with this? I'm like, I guess, sure. And I did it. So not knowing was my power, because knowledge is not always power. Sometimes knowledge, if what it teaches us is wrong or puts limits on us, it's not good. So I had this mix of talent. I was really good. Also, I'm German. I have good work ethics. I worked hard. Plus a lack of maybe knowing the limits made me really good really quick. And that's how I became a hypnotist now, I think almost 4 years, loving it. And mostly my mission is to prove to people that it's not a scam. We don't use like pocket watches. We don't do like, now you're getting sleepy. And like, no.
So how does it work? So let's say that someone let's take a common example. Someone wanna quit smoking. The problem why they can't quit is because internally they believe that they're a smoker. So you're gonna go into the subconscious mind and you're gonna reprogram so the person doesn't think that he's a smoker anymore. Exactly. So because he doesn't associate with the belief, it's changing his state of being.
It's so nice to talk to somebody that knows what I'm doing, because most people are like, what? The pro right here. Yes, exactly. So people are not addicted to nicotine and to smoking. It's a mix of both. they identify with being a smoker, and here we're gonna transition smoothly into what you like to do. They like the way they breathe when they smoke. If you're a smoker, you're not a smoker, you love breath work. Because who would go on their balcony and be like, someone like us that know it's really good for you, but a normal person that doesn't know that, they would be like, I'm not going to go outside and breathe 5 times for no reason, like in and out. What they do is the breathing. A cigarette forces you to chill out for a moment, sit down, and take a few deep breaths in and out. That's what they're addicted to, way more than the nicotine, because it's really not that strong. And physical addiction only happens in a few really drastic substances like heroin, and I think meth is pretty strong. There are a few, but even things like cocaine, weed, marijuana, this is all what you identify with. And also because you said identify, this is what I mostly like to explain too, that hypnosis will not change your personality. Are you outgoing? Are you shy? Are you bubbly? Are you flirty or not? But hypnosis changes your identity, with whom you identify as. You could be shy, but identify as an outgoing person, or the other way around. So hypnosis changes what you think, what you believe is right, what people taught you, what TV taught you, what the media teaches you, and hypnosis can change that.
So it's like subconscious programming, but you do it for the person instead of, if the person is not able to do it for himself, because everybody could technically hypnosis themselves. That's called subconscious reprogramming. That's what I do. So if I have a tendency that I can't, then that's where you go and you do it and you help the person to do it for them.
That's why it's called self-help too, because I honestly just help you to help yourself. And yes, if you're very good, if you're very zen, if you practice, if you meditate and you become a pro, you can get into the same state or very, very close to where I put you in if you're really, really good. See, we go into hypnosis a few times a day. When you drive home, the same route over and over again, and you don't even think, do you sometimes make a right and you're like, that light was green, right? You just don't think. That's hypnosis. When you listen to a song and you just fade away and you remember like a cool fun vacation, that's hypnosis. When you smell something and it reminds you of something your grandma was cooking, that's all hypnosis. So like you say, we go into that state a few times a day. You pretty much just pay me to help you get into it quick and easy, so you don't have to put in years of reading and practicing like you did.
Yeah.
So it cost you a few years to save the money that others spend on me. So I'm pretty much a time saver. But yes, everything I do, technically you could do yourself if you're really, really good, or the Buddhists know how to do it and a few people know how to do it. Yes.
Awesome. And guys, just so you know, like, let's say smoking, to give you an example, a lot of people can't quit smoking because, as Maggie said, they identify as being smokers. So when somebody's gonna be like, oh, you want a cigarette, instead of being like me, I would say, oh, I don't smoke. So what am I? I'm not a smoker. I don't smoke. They're like, oh no, I stopped smoking. They're still smoker. They just stopped smoking. That's why it doesn't last, because their identity is still attached to, I'm a smoker. I'm just in a break. I'm just not smoking right now. That's why you see people picking up after 5 years
100%.
or 6 years. They didn't reprogram their belief. And me, I teach it with meditation, and I teach to reprogram your whole life with habits and stuff.
Yeah.
Maggie has a shortcut that she can help you. Of course, reprogramming your whole life with a hypnosis is probably a lot of work. You want to be able to kind of do it, understand what you're doing, and then you can seek the help of someone also to get some shortcuts. So can you give us like some example of work that you do, like motivation for work, what's your most common?
It's exactly what you said. You had the interest, and you were always very interested in what is there beyond what I'm living, right? You are very curious. But like you say, when I hypnotize someone, it's not only my job to hypnotize them and solve the problem, it should be my job to inspire them to later become a baby Mike and be like, maybe I try this at home, or maybe a few things she said, maybe. And I tell them, when you go to bed tonight, think about what we did. Try to, whatever is left of your memory, try to remember and do it again. So yes, I want to inspire people to then do it themselves and eventually become free. But it depends. So the thing is, in order to be really happy in life, we need 2 things. But the problem is that we always only have one, and we never have both at the same time. Number 1, connection. We need love, compassion, physical touch, friendships, love,
That's
sex.
why you get Frenchy, guys.
All of that. Yeah, the French know about that better than anyone. But I'm German, so I don't know about that, but I heard. Connection, right? The second thing is progress, growth, and having a purpose. Why do retired people sometimes go back and work voluntarily?
Yeah.
They need to be needed. So my favorite example that I always use in my coachings too is Mexican families. They are so happy, although they don't have a lot. Americans way underpay them, and yet they're so happy. Why? Because the guy will come home and the boss told him, Jose, from $10, I'm going to pay you now 12. So he comes home, he has growth. He makes $2 more an hour. But when he comes home, there's a whole big family waiting on him, cooking and dancing. So he has the growth, and then he comes into the connection. Most people, you know how it is. Either you're in a relationship, you become a bit comfortable, work a little bit, right? It gets a little bit more chill, but you have the love, you're happy, right? Or break up, you do the glow up, you become fit, you get the new apartment, job is going well. But then you come home, no offense to our dogs, but it's us and the dogs. It's me and my chihuahua, right? So the key is to have connection and progress at the same time. That's why you don't even need a lot of money and you don't need the hottest girl. But if you have a loving girl and a steady job at the same time, you'll be happy. I see so many families, they have everything, but the guy didn't get a raise in years, nothing's really moving, he's not happy. Or the other way around, super successful, dating models, everything looks great, but in the end they're lonely. So what hypnosis does, what I help with in my coachings and in the motivational coachings is to find a way how to combine the two and how to manage to have both at the same time. Because I'm telling you, if you have both at the same time, you don't even have to reach for the highest stars. The secret is to have both at the same time and not to be for both to be the best. You don't need the hottest girl to be the happiest or the biggest bank account to be the happiest. You need both at the same time. And that's the secret. And that's what I try to teach people. And then also, motivation is a choice. You don't have motivation and you can learn motivation. You take motivation. I can take motivation like this glass. I either take it or I don't. It's a decision. And again, it goes back to beliefs. Do you believe it's worth it? Are you worth it to be motivated and to grow your life?
Do you like what you do? Like, guys, if you don't like what you're doing, you're not gonna have motivation. That's a big topic. Like, people are like, how are you motivated to go to the gym? How are you motivated to do this? I'm not. It's just a habit that I have. I created those habits. I trick my brain. I make it do the work for me. And if, like Maggie said, small win, you do a cold bath, you do the challenge, you do your bed in the morning, you do this, you do that, the more wins you accumulate, the more growth you get, the more momentum you get for your days. So
exactly, the more your brain goes on autopilot. See, do you guys think about breathing? Do you guys think about scratching your arm when it itches? Do you guys think about your butt on the couch? No, because it's on autopilot. If your arm is itching, you're going to scratch it. You're not going to be like, I should scratch my arm. You just do it. So like you said, you can put more things into autopilot. You scratch your arm on autopilot, you also go to the gym on autopilot. So a lot of things that you do, you don't need to think about anymore. So you are very productive in the back of your mind, and then consciously you do new things. You learn a new language, or you read a new book, or you start something new. If you guys have nothing on autopilot besides breathing and living, everything seems hard. Why do kids learn so much so quick? Because kids, until they're 12 or 13, are in the state of hypnosis and everything is on autopilot. They learn everything super quick. And then when we get older, puberty, 14, 15, 16, suddenly everything is so difficult, learning's for a test. Suddenly you're like, I used to like school, now I freaking hate it. Because we get out of the autopilot. So
and people gonna make you create belief. This is too hard. You're young, and I remember when I was young, I was like, I'll be a millionaire, I'll do this, and then people are like, you don't know yet, making money is hard and this and that, and then I would go back to my teacher now, and I told them I would be millionaire, and they were like, nah, it's not, like they don't believe it. I wish they see me right now. I'm fucking rolling the life. Why? Because first, I never let nobody tell me what I can or can't do. So don't let other people create your belief, because then you're gonna even need more Maggie to help you with that. And guys, it's all about what you believe. So
belief creates reality. It's really true. What you believe. If you believe you're not handsome enough, or you're not pretty enough, you're not smart enough, this will be your reality. Doesn't mean it's a fact, but in your head, it's real.
That's what's happening for you right now. So tell us like some concrete tip like that people can do, like right now. Like I wanna Is there a way that they can hypnosis themselves? Is there a way that they can work at home a few things in order to go faster into doing the shortcut instead of like, I mean, I suggest guys you still do everything I teach, the meditation and stuff, but that could be a cool trick to shortcut it. So you have anything?
Yeah, there are two things probably similar to what you already teach. One thing is visualizing, right? Envision. Imagine how it looks, feels, tastes, to really imagine whatever your goal is. Let's say you want to go on a date and you're really nervous, but you really want to, close this girl, make her your girlfriend. Imagine, but not only see it in front of your eye, feel it. How will you feel? How is it going to be? The second thing is your brain doesn't know the difference between you talking loud and somebody talking to me. So that means if you want to motivate yourself, don't do it in your head. When you think like, okay, I can do this, you have to speak out loud. When Mike tells me, Maggie, you look really good today and I saw what you did, I'm proud of you, or I say it out loud, I speak out loud, it goes back to me through a different part of my brain. So that's, sometimes we see people, they do self-talk, they're like, you can do it, you're strong, you're beautiful, and we're like, okay. No, this is the right way. You have to speak out loud because your brain knows when you think it's you. It's like, okay, bitch, I know it's you. You have to speak out loud. Whatever you're going through, or if you have a test tomorrow, I studied, I'm going to make it. I believe, or you studied, you're going to make it. You practice so hard, you're going to do your best. Nobody's perfect, but you're great. It's important to speak out loud. And yes, envision things. Absolutely. Visualize things. The better you envision, the more your brain gets used to it. And another thing is, we always think that we have so many emotions, especially you are very much an empath, me too. We feel other people, we usually know what they think, but the funny thing is, our brain doesn't have that many emotions. We only have a few, but what we have is a lot of meanings. For example, being nervous and being excited is one emotion. The brain fires one feeling, but we give it meaning. So society told me, tomorrow before my test, I'm going to be nervous. Oh my God, my test. Oh my God, oh my God. But if I see my favorite band in concert, or I'm waiting to hop on a roller coaster, I'm like, hell yes, let's go.
Yeah, similar.
It's the same emotion, but we decide which meaning through what we learned. Remember how I said sometimes knowing less is better? And because of what we learned, we'll know, okay, now I have to be nervous, but tomorrow I'm going to be excited. See the difference? Or if you love to sing, you go on stage, you're like, oh my God, I'm excited to sing. If you're a great singer but you don't sing a lot, you're nervous to go on stage and sing. So that's why you have to understand that your mind is not as crazy and as colorful as you sometimes think. Your brain is actually very healthy and very clean, like German style, like boop, 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 boop. But we give it all those meanings. So what's a great thing to learn and to practice is to slow down your meanings. If you feel something, really ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Am I really nervous? Or am I nervous because people say I should be nervous before a test? Or am I excited? And when you learn how to identify those meanings, you can then control them. So now, and I do this with my clients in hypnosis, whatever I have to do, I'm always excited. Let's say I have a fight with a friend and tomorrow we're going to talk. I'm not like, I'm so nervous. I'm like, I'm excited to talk about it because we'll get it freaking out of the way. Or I'm excited for this test because guess what? I'm going to pass and it's over. Or I'm excited to go to the gym, even if I don't like it, because I know the feeling after I went, it's going to be so rewarding. I'm already excited for the feeling afterwards. So you can change your perspective.
Yeah, it's putting the intention, guys. So as Maggie was saying, it's exactly the same thing that I preach. She just do it another way. But same for me, it's putting the intention with the feeling. So if you want to manifest something in your life, you have to focus on the feeling that is this will give you. So when I was young, I wanted to manifest. The problem is I was manifesting subconsciously, but when I was really trying to manifest millions, money, girls or whatever, my subconscious was doing the work for me, not manifesting the best thing, just manifesting all he knows how to do. And what I really wanted, I didn't attach any feeling to it. So the problem is, as she mentioned, your brain doesn't do the difference between what's happening and what your brain think is happening. So if you focus really hard, your brain doesn't do the difference between the reality and what's a dream.
Exactly.
So if you want to manifest, you need to focus on those emotions. And especially for you guys, because girls are very connected most of the time to their emotion. They're more emotional being. Guys, society force us unfortunately, to be a little further from our emotion, like guys are not that connected and this and that. So
Yeah.
I always had in the past trouble, you know, getting my feeling to attach to stuff because I didn't really care. Like, so if your life know that you don't really care, you can't trick your subconscious. He knows before you do. So it's hard. It's gonna be hard for you if you don't put meaning. I'm telling you, put feeling, meaning. Get like. You need to breed it. That's why
100%.
back in the day, there used to be something like millionaire were telling people like, oh, you know, go sit in the Ferrari and imagine yourself how it feels. It was just a way to simplify it for people, but it could be a house. If you want to manifest an amazing house and you don't know yet, go visit some houses, do some house tour. If you want a business, go talk with some CEO if you can, go see their factory if that's what you want. Like, so then when you're in the moment, you can
Really
breathe
feel
it, like she said, like focus on it, like, wow, that's what it does. This is gonna be my office. Like, I love it. This is what I see, and this is how you're gonna create it. Not like The Secret was teaching that to write you a check of $1 million. Guys, I did it so many times. It's on my fucking wall. I never manifested it. And until I changed perception. So I find it really cool because it's Maggie is doing some work, she's doing a shortcut, but at the end of the day, she's teaching the same thing.
They have to do afterwards to keep it going. And it's interesting you said, because I always use that line too, that the brain doesn't know the difference between the outside and the really strong internal. When you guys watch a movie and somebody loses their arm or dies, we're all crying. We know Matt Damon didn't die, right? Or this actress didn't really got her heart broken. But in that second, when we're really watching a movie, we're in hypnosis. Our brain forgets the difference between reality and fiction. That's why we cry. When I I know all of these things, and yet when I watch a movie or I go to a musical theater, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm losing it because my brain is in trance. I don't know. So now imagine if we cry or we watch like Saw, where they lose like their arms and legs, we're like, oh, this is terrible. We know it's props, we know it's fake. Do we though? Our brain doesn't. So now imagine how powerful. Do you ever watch a movie and you really feel the movie in a good way, in a sad way, in a motivating way? It's the same with your brain. You can do this to yourself. You can play the movie in your mind and your brain will then try to match to make it reality, because it's going to be confused. Wait, it's like this, but here it isn't like this yet. We have this house, it's so strong, but this is not the house. And it's going to push you and do everything to prove that self-fulfilling prophecy that you created in your head.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, quick tips. So your brain works in brain waves, and the first wave is going to be beta. Then when you wake up, it transitions to alpha, and then you have delta, theta and delta, and then gamma is like an extremely fast but kind of restful state of mind that you can achieve with very high level of meditation. In the morning, you went from sleeping brainwave, which is theta, then you transition back to delta, alpha, and beta. And beta is the life normally where we live. It's like the super active mind that can't focus on nothing, and it's like life is happening to you and you're not making it happen. So in the morning and at night, when your brain is shifting, when the melatonin is kicking in and all that, you're actually transitioning into those brain waves. So that's a good moment to do what Maggie was telling you.
Exactly.
The incantation, telling yourself that you're good enough. That's why if you want to wake up, go in front of your mirror and be like, I'm going to have a fucking amazing day.
Yes.
This is going to be good. I'm going to be productive. Today I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to do this, that. That's why some people put it in writing in their mirrors, and they just read that. You can read to yourself whatever incantation you want in the morning, and at night I do my meditation either in the morning on the balcony or at night before bed, and that's the best time to do it.
Yeah, this is the transition into theta too, and theta is hypnosis as well.
Yeah.
Because you talk about brainwaves. Exactly. So also another advice for if you live with someone or if you guys have kids, when somebody sleeps, also tell them when they sleep, they're deeper than REM, but it's still a state of hypnosis. So when someone sleeps, or let's say you're dating and maybe you had a little bit of trouble and your partner is sleeping.
You're gonna tell them tomorrow you do the cleaning of the house.
No, you tell them, I do love you. I am happy with you. You are enough for me. I believe in you. I am happy to be with you. It goes into their subconscious mind. And
Only
it's
when
very
they
good.
sleep, right? You don't tell them.
You might tell them at daytime too. Depends on how good of a boyfriend you are. 1 to 10, you're a solid 6.5, I think. So it's not bad. But
so I find it very cool. I was doing it. I do it with my dog. Maybe I should start doing it with my next
I tell
girlfriend.
my dog everything.
When they sleep, I do the same. So guys, it's super interesting. Like and I knew it was kind of similar. I don't know much about hypnosis. I did one session with it with a girl. We did like an hour, and I went into deep emotion, healing subconscious stuff when I was a kid, and then just going through some like trauma and work and why was I acting certain ways. And then before I go to bed and when I wake up, she was asking me to play. I had a 17-minute recording of her telling me stuff. Like, I don't remember exactly because I was in hypnosis when she recorded it, but I was in deep state meditation and she was telling me stuff. So everything I kind of wanted to correct, she was telling me. So Maggie kind of does the same. You can do it to yourself too. Like, but it's important that you do that kind of stuff. It's like I used to also listen to audiobook while I sleep, or healing chakra music or stuff like that, just to go heal some stuff that you want to do.
You can also record yourself. If you feel like in a calm moment, record yourself. I believe in you. You're gonna get this job, or you're gonna get this girlfriend, or you're gonna get over this breakup. You know there are better times ahead. You can do it. You're gonna go to the gym. Understand way more when you sleep. So turn on binaural waves, music, audiobooks, whatever you like, and put it on pretty silent but loud enough that you can hear it. And when you fall asleep, your brain is soaking it up like a sponge. Because once you go into theta, you are like a sponge. All the information, everything gets really soaked up, way more than in a awakened state.
What's your morning routine or your routine in general?
So when I wake up, when I open my eyes, first of all I say fuck because my back hurts, but that's like off the record. I wake up with gratitude. So like you, in the morning and at night. At night I say thank you for whatever happened that day. Thank you for seeing my friends. Thank you for this. Thank you for that. And in the morning I wake up and I'm like, thank you for another day. Because you and me are young, we're kind of healthy. Doesn't mean some crazy person can't run us over. We don't know. I'm not saying life could be over tomorrow, but it could. I lost friends that are younger than me. I don't know. I think we all lost maybe people that were not your typical old grandma. So I wake up, I'm like, another day, thank you so much. I get up, I stretch a little bit, and then I usually drink a big glass of lukewarm water with some lemon. Lukewarm is really good for the stomach. And then I walk my dog without the phone, without anything. I walk my dog, I only focus on breathing. I look at the trees, at the squirrels, at the sky, I focus on my dog. I say hi to people that walk by, and I just embrace nature and just embrace these 15, 20 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes. That's what I do. And then when I come back from the walk with my dog, I shower, and then I make my coffee and start my day.
Awesome. So guys, very interesting. Water. She waits for the coffee.
Oh yeah.
I would suggest, if you want to drink coffee, I would suggest not drinking coffee. But if you do want, at least an hour after you're up, don't shock your system right away.
I drink caffeine free though. I drink caffeine free. I just like the taste.
A decaf for the taste, that's even better. So no caffeine is the best.
Yes.
If you do want coffee, be my guest, just wait an hour. And she said no phone, which if I start my day on my phone, it's not the same, even for me. Like, it puts your brain, you remember we were talking about subconscious stuff, it puts your brain directly to your old life. So
yes.
Oh yeah, I was on those conversations yesterday with those people, this. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be mad on this person. Oh, I don't like that girl that appear on the feed. Oh, this girl is better than me. All those emotion and feeling when your brain is still in those theta and delta wave, this is not a good start. Take it easy, relax, breathe, enjoy life. Grateful journal.
You won't miss
whatever.
anything in those 30 minutes. Like I walk my dog and then I try to not look at my phone until I come out of the shower, and then maybe I turn it on slowly when I got ready. But like you say, if something happens, especially something bad, I know it early enough in 30 minutes. Why should I waste my day for walk? The sunshine. See, you and me, we live in LA. We are blessed with the best weather in the world. I want to enjoy this walk before, like you say, I have my 22 messages and this and car service and the doctor called and this and I forgot this. Give your brain, like you say, Your brain is the most fragile in the morning and the last seconds before you fall asleep. It's like a baby. It's almost like when you wake up for 30 minutes, it's a baby. And then after 30 minutes, it's an adult who's strong. But these first 30 minutes to 60 minutes, give it a break. Don't use your phone. It helps so much. I'm telling you guys, it helps so much.
Very important. So tell me, like, you do meditation, of course, because
I have to. Yeah, of course.
Every day, like all along, guided. Like, what's your type of meditation?
I try to every day. It doesn't always work out, but I always do my nighttime and morning gratitude. So that's at least 5 minutes. I'm not lazy, but I'm a highly auditory person. So I care more for what I hear than for what I see. You know how people say actions speak louder than words? To me, it's the other way around. I would rather forgive you what you've done to me than what you said to me. I'm very, very auditory, and a lot of women actually are. So I like sounds. So I usually figure out a cool video, or I'm blessed with a lot of friends from our scene. So they always send me some cool stuff, and then I try to do at least 25 minutes, because 5 to 10 is usually, it depends.
She has a very active brain. So guys, if you're like her,
if you're a professional, maybe you probably are so zen.
Even me, it takes me 10, 15, because my mind is very,
it takes
very
a while
active.
till I calm down.
Yeah,
it's like
the first 10, 15 minutes for me, it's like by the time that my brain shut up, like the ego, the voice that's gonna be like, bro, what are you doing? Stop wasting my time. Oh, have you seen this bird? Oh, you thought about the girl yesterday, and then shut up. And then when you quiet it, that's meditation time.
Meditation.
That's when your brain is shifting from the beta wave, the like stupid all the noise, to the alpha, to the delta, and then you want to be in this hypnosis. So it takes time for everyone. So if you start
and you think it doesn't work, you pretty much quit too early.
Yeah.
We all, even as a professional, I sit there sometimes and I sit there and I laugh and I'm like, this is great. Like, I'm a hypnotist and I can't even meditate right now. And I need the time and I have all those thoughts, and it feels like it's 5 minutes, but maybe it's been just 1 minute. And eventually I notice, vroom,
yeah, it's a one
suddenly,
shot, so just don't stop. Like, push it, guys. And it's important to do it every day, do a practice. So the more you do it, the better you'll be. The first time you did bicycle, the first time you spoke English or whatever other language that you learned,
we still can't do
it. Guys, it's never easy. So yeah, keep practicing. What's your favorite books?
Oh my god, too many.
Give me 2. I'll give you an extra.
Too many. I like, well, there's one German book, it translated as Die Kunst des Aufgebens, the art of giving up. The art of giving up. And it's about, everybody teaches you, don't give up, don't do this, but this book teaches you that sometimes giving up doesn't
Is it the same of the art of not giving a fuck, like the same author?
No, because there was like a funny book, right? No. Mine's a German writer. It's actually a German writer. This is just giving up. Not giving a fuck is like, learn how to not care, especially about things that are not worth caring for. This is about giving up. This is about being being okay with letting go, not being attached to things. Because see, I hold on. I, for example, love time. My last relationship was only 1 year, and I had 4 years, 6 years, 5 years. I'm a person that holds on to time. I value time a lot. My last relationship, for example, I learned, you can know someone for a short time and you can love them just as much and you can have a great time. And just because you know someone for a really long time doesn't mean they're better people in your life. So for me, it's very hard to let go. That's why my relationships are so long, because I love to hold on to things. I'm a very long-term person. So it taught me that short-term or even just the one-day thing can be good. It doesn't have to be a 1 year thing. I could spend 1 day with a person, never see them again. Doesn't matter if it's romantic or just a friend. And see, if I meet someone, I like them, I want their number, I want to stay in touch with them. I'm great at keeping in touch. I remember everybody's birthdays and for Christmas I sent like 58 messages.
Can't even remember their name, guys.
See, and that's what I'm learning.
I remember the conversation we had and if I like you or not. But the name is another story.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
that great with names.
that's what I had to learn. So the art of giving up is really, really good. The art of not giving a fuck is a good book. It's funny, it's cool. It's not necessarily self-help books, but I like everything from Paulo Coelho. You know, The Alchemist.
Oh yeah, The Alchemist is self-help.
All of his books.
I would say, guys, The Alchemist is an easy read with a lot of subconscious knowledge, like a lot of underlaying. Like, you might read it and not picking up, just read it again. Like,
it's good. Yeah.
I would say if it was my first book in spirituality, I would kind of been lost, but it's a good, easy read, digestible. So I like it. It's a bestseller. It's a really good book.
Yeah, it's really good, and like you say, it's pretty easy. I like everything that Dalai Lama writes. He had one book, I forgot the title, but it was something like it's something about compassion. Because I'm a big fan of compassion, and people think compassion always means you help someone up or you forgive someone. Compassion means so much more. To really be a good person, especially when no one's watching.
Yeah.
You know? Who are you when nobody is watching you? Will you do the same? Will you help the same person? Will you donate? Are you gonna like post a screenshot because you donated? Or are you gonna send money and shut the fuck up about it? You know what I mean?
They said there was a funny study about like being a good person and in the society, and they said that the one thing that they looked at for this study was, do people bring back the grocery cart? Because nobody's checking it, nobody gives a fuck.
I don't.
And if you do, it tells a lot, because you care about society and bringing it back, or you just leave it there.
Do you pick up the dog poop?
Yeah.
When
always.
nobody's watching?
Yeah. Always.
When nobody's watching?
Always.
Legit?
Yeah, because I hate when I step in it. So I have bag on my leash all the time. So I just pick it up. People leave their trash. I just put it in their trash. Or if it's in front of my building, I do it. Look, there's grass outside. It's always picked up every single day. It's just an habit. Like, guys, if it's an habit to do it, as soon as one dog poop, pull out a bag, I pick it up.
See, a habit, to create a habit is work. But once you have a habit, it's the opposite of work. Because it's a habit. You don't think about it. It's not, I need to remember to do this. You just do it. I don't need to remember to meditate, or you don't need to remember to work out, or to, I don't know, take a deep breath and take a moment for yourself. Because it's a habit.
Yeah.
So I think the number one secret to make your life easier, create good habits. And you know, some people say you have to do it 21 times. It doesn't matter. Do it every day. Just do it and don't think about it.
Do it a lot. I just finished a book. It's called Atomic Habit. If you want to read it, guys, it's good. It's gonna teach you. There's 4 key of habits. Like, it needs to be satisfying. It needs to be easy, and there's 2 other. But basically, you can read the book. I'll make a quick review on it. I have it listed, but yeah, having habits create automation, and automation makes it easy. So as she said, it's work at the beginning, become easy after.
Just don't take your phone in the morning. If you don't take your phone in the morning right away, you're gonna see so much change already.
Yeah, and
100%.
what would be an advice you would give to your younger self, or people listening? Like, one thing that you say, oh, I started doing this and fucking changed my life.
I did exactly what you didn't do. People told me I can't do it, and I didn't. You know? I am naturally codependent. I naturally trust somebody else's opinion more than mine. Not anymore, obviously I'm working on it, but it's still my pattern, long-term pattern. So my advice would be, which is actual advice I would have needed, even though they tell you don't do it, but you feel like you can, do it, because I didn't. And I got far. I've had a few great careers, and I always did great in life. I'm really blessed, but I can only imagine where I would be if I would have had the support, or if I would have had the strength to still go for things I didn't go.
And it's never too late, guys. It's not because you're not doing it that it's not gonna happen. A lot of people made it later in their life. Like,
for sure.
Stop comparing yourself. Don't feel pressure because one of your 22 years old friend is a millionaire already and you're not, or this guy has a family and you don't, this guy has a girlfriend and you don't. Like, everything comes in the right time in your life. If I would have been a millionaire at 23, 24, I wasn't ready for it. So that's why it didn't happen for me. Like, I didn't have the value to be. Some people, it happened and you say, oh, they're not good people or whatever. Let them. Life is gonna take care of all that. Like, focus on you and be the best person you can. And if you want to manifest money, you'll do. If you want to manifest a girl, you'll do. If you want to manifest relationship, life, travel, whatever, it's gonna happen.
Also,
just don't expect it.
Exactly.
And let life bring it to you.
And also, like you say, that what I teach in my coachings too, what's most important is whatever your goals are, especially when it's financial or success or whatever, the root should always be compassion, which means if you really want money, want to attract money, it shouldn't just be for yourself. There should always be a loving root of, I want to make money so I can take out all my friends, I don't know, who work hard but have a shitty job. I want to be successful and good looking and handsome to attract a beautiful girl to create a beautiful family or to just live a beautiful life with her. I want to build up this company, not just to be like, I'm a CEO, look at me. I want to give jobs to people. I want to make interviews with people that maybe usually wouldn't get a chance. The universe is rewarding genuine compassion and wanting that comes from a good root, which is ethical or not ethical. And like you say, the evil people, everything comes full circle. Even if we sometimes have to wait, they will get their reward, punition, and the ones that struggle and fight hard will also get the reward, but then it's going to be good. So understand that everything always goes full circle, and make sure that whatever you want is not from a selfish route, but from a loving, compassionate route. Even if you want to make money and you're single, but make the money to be like, cool, if I make a lot of money, I could support some organization that I like, or my dad passed away from cancer. If I make a lot of money, I definitely want to start something with cancer, like help people out or kids with cancer. We love dogs. I always want to send money to some rescue stuff. The root, why you want to make money. And even if you make 10 billion and you only donate 1,000, it doesn't matter. It's about the thinking was compassionate and loving. And that's what the universe rewards.
Amazing.
No, it's true. It's true.
What is a failure or perceived as a failure at the beginning? Something happened to you and then became a success. So why I like to do this is because a lot of people, they're going to be in a breakup right now, or they're going to be losing a job, or something happened, especially with COVID and all that stuff. And then they think life is over or anything like that. And then it's just something happened in your life and you're like, oh, and then, wow, I'm so happy that this moment happened.
See, the story with diamonds and stuff, they need pressure to pop out, right, out of the stone. And if I would tell you all my failures, we would do like a month of podcasts. We would talk for a month, because I hit rock bottom so many times. And when I say rock bottom, I was suicidal. I was drinking and doing drugs, not for a long time. I was very young. After my knee accident, I fell into deep depression. After my last breakup, I always thought suicidal means you want to kill yourself, but I learned that suicidal means being numb. You don't feel anything, and if you don't feel anything, you question if life is even worth living, and also you feel invisible. A lot of suicidal people, on their letter, or even if you saved them last second, why did you want to do it? They don't feel seen, heard, or understood. So a few times in my life, I felt invisible. But not because some guy didn't like me or I wasn't the prettiest. I felt like I really believed if I disappear, nobody will notice. I believed that. It was a belief / as we learned, my reality. So some of you that are maybe professional artists know that art to us and dancing is a holy crazy scene. And when I had this knee accident that ended my career, after I worked for 12 years every day for 10 hours of my life, like every day 10 hours, that broke me. Then I had my divorce that broke me. Before my divorce, the man that I married, I left Germany for him and moved to America. Yes, America is cool, but I left everything. I was like, okay, peace out. I'm going to go with my love and take the risk. And I'm happy I did, because I rather want to regret something I did than like, what if. But I've been really, I saw friends die from stupid reasons and suicide and accidents and all of this. And I'm alone again, right? I had this last relationship that really broke my heart, and I thought that this is it. Again, it wasn't it. And it's easy to look good for us girls. We can put on makeup. The guys can flex their biceps, Instagram, filters, all this fakeness, put music underneath, make the video look more fun. But you guys need to know that everybody cries, everybody feels like shit sometimes, and you need it. You need the pain to grow. And if you look at really successful people, if you guys are interested, you should also read a lot of biographies. That's what I like too. I forgot when you asked me about books. I read random biographies, doesn't even matter whom. A princess, an athlete, a musician. And all the people that made it, they ate shit. I don't know a person that is on top that didn't have a moment where they were like, fuck everything. Excuse my language. So
they take risks. They make things
so
happen.
I believe that I had this many times in my life, and especially moving to America, all my friends were like, okay, see you next month, see you next year, you're going to come back anyways, nobody makes it there, blah blah blah. And I'm going strong onto my 8th year living here. And there are two motivators in life. You either move away from pain or you move towards pleasure. So, do I want to lose weight because I feel fat and ugly, away from pain? Or do I want to lose weight because I want to be fit and healthy, towards pleasure? What makes you start doesn't matter. If you use the pain to start or use the pleasure to start, cool, both work. But later on, you have to switch towards pleasure. Because eventually you come away from the pain. So now I lost weight, I'm not fat and ugly anymore, so do I get fat and ugly again? So I need to move towards pleasure to keep going. So the thing is that pain and being on the bottom is good to motivate you. Use that fuel, use that pain like a hybrid, like a Prius, turn it into energy. But then later switch and move towards pleasure. And believe that you are deserving, that everything you've been through, it's only fair for you to receive good things. And you naturally will ease into that belief, into that thinking. If you want to call it universe, God, soul, spirit, it's going to have your back. And again, like I said earlier, I really believe in the good. If you honestly can say you're a good person, doesn't mean you're perfect. You can fuck up, you can make mistakes, we all do. But if you genuinely have a good core, you don't want to hurt anyone, you don't steal, you don't lie, you don't want to actively destroy someone, the universe or whoever, whichever energy is watching us is going to reward you. And that is a fact.
Amazing, guys. So you heard her, like everybody has ups and downs.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, everybody has ups and downs. The goal is to be a good person at the end of the day, and you'll be rewarded, and I truly believe it. So, Maggie, can you give your where they can find you if they want to book a session with you, and your handles?
Yeah, so my handle is Magdushya. It's a Polish nickname. My mom is Polish. Magdushya. But we follow each other, so you guys find me. You can send me an Instagram message. I'm pretty active on all social media. Same thing with Twitter, same thing with Facebook. All social medias, everything we have. Clubhouse. Are you still active on Clubhouse?
No, I didn't.
It's still really good.
Yeah.
They need you. Yeah, so that's my handle. Send me a message. I'm pretty active. I also have some people that help me out sometimes with answering the messages. Just shoot me a message. Tell me what do you think I could help you with, and I'll get back to you. I'll give you a call. Send me your phone number. I call you. And I'll be happy to help you out and follow all the instructions Mike is giving you, because if you all listen to Mike, you most likely won't need me. I'm mostly there for the people that don't know about that stuff, that maybe are like, okay, at this point I need help, but I don't have the time, or I'm not into it. So I'm more like a luxury, and you can Mike is the
guys.
Personal trainer.
Amazing. So guys, thanks for joining us on the podcast. I'll see you in another podcast. Don't forget, you can combine multiple techniques. So I was pleased to have you on the podcast. I'll see you next week.